everyone, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Raymond Okpani, and in this channel we discuss everything and anything around personal growth, leadership development, entrepreneurship, business hack and strategy. We discuss things around entrepreneurship, travels and fun, and most especially I'm excited to be talking about everything around global opportunities. I'm sure you'll be excited with me on this ride. Please, if you like any of the things I've mentioned, please kindly click the subscribe button and also click the like button if you like the content, and we'll see how to get right to it. And today we're going to be talking about 3 major ways of empowering yourself, building a very strong self-belief. How do you build a very strong and empowering self-belief? Today, I'm going to be mentioning 3 basic things, 3 things you need to do to ensure that you expand or you further strengthen your self-belief, your belief in yourself. Of course, you really cannot do anything without believing in yourself, but I'm going to tell you 3 things you will do to help you to achieve more. Let's get right to it. Alright guys, you're welcome back to my channel. I needed to take a sip of water, and right now I know you are very supercharged to learn about the 3 things you need to do to develop very powerful self-belief. One of them is that you need to start thinking yourself as a success. Most people don't really think themselves as a success. As simple as it sounds, a lot of people, even though they know this, don't really get to apply it. And I tell people that what is simple to do is also simple not to do. What is easy to do is also easy not to do. And so it's very easy to tell people you need to think success, you need to think yourself as success. But it's something that really requires deliberate effort. It requires deliberate effort for you to be able to think yourself as success. And most times, some of the challenges that actually prevent people from thinking themselves as success actually hail from, where they are coming from, actually hail from their from their environment, where they are coming from, what they have gotten accustomed to, how they were raised, the kind of people that they've exposed their minds to, the things that they keep hearing, the things that they fed their mind with, actually prevents them from really thinking themselves as success. Because over the time, from where they were growing up, they've been made to believe that you must have to struggle for you to achieve something meaningful. You must have to, they see everything as very difficult. It's difficult to do this, it's difficult to do this. Even the things that they have potentials to achieve, they also really find it as very difficult to do. And so it's really prevent them from thinking themselves as success. And that's one of the things that you really need to start doing to start developing self-belief. Your thinking has to change. The things you always think about has to change. And how do you even change your thinking? How do you even change your thoughts? The things that actually feed your mind. You want to change the people around you. You want to look at the people around you. Are they really people that whose values are in line with the kind of future you want for yourself? If they don't have the value that you want for yourself, you need to change them. It's not really about quarreling, but you really need to define the kind of future that you want for yourself right now. You need to start doing the things that empower the kind of future that you want. It means that some people may have to live your life if they need to. Then you need to really start eliminating some people's presence in your life, because their presence is actually causing some form of randomness. Their presence is causing some form of confusion, kind of slowing down your pace, your productivity pace. So you want to look at who are the people in my life, how are they contributing to the kind of future that I want to be, how are they helping me to develop strong belief system in myself. Next thing you want to look at for you to really start thinking yourself as success, you also want to surround yourself with people that really speak the future, speak success, people who are always talking about positive, who are always about positivity, and not people who are always talking about how things are not working. You need to surround yourself with people who are always, who are always all about positive mindset, who are always thinking about how things can work. You need to also start reading very quality content, very quality materials. If you need to unfollow some people on social media, you need to do that, because right now you need to start feeding your mind with belief system that's actually points you towards the direction of success. That's the first thing that you want to do to develop powerful self-belief in yourself. You want to start thinking success. Start thinking success. I know that, every person, we have this. I read the book, The Magic of Thinking Big, and it spoke about two people in our lives that speak into our minds all the time, and both of them have this ability to really take drastic action once we give them the permission to do that, and they are Mr. Triumph and Mr. Defeat. So two of them actually automatically execute commands that you give to them. So for Mr. Triumph, he's there to execute on anything that is about positivity. Once your mind says you can do it, Mr. Triumph helps you to accomplish that. And Mr. Defeat, on the opposite side, is always feeding you. It's always waiting for you to tell him, we can't do this. Today is awful. Today is, horrible. That's just what they want to hear, and they quickly execute to bring that to pass. And so you want to start really thinking about success. Think about everything that brings you success. If you need to change your environment, change your environment. If you need to change your association, change your association. If you need to change the kind of materials you expose yourself to, you need to do that. And you find yourself really, really aligning to the kind of future that you want to be. Hey guys, so the second point that I'm going to mention is that you need to constantly remind yourself that you are better than you think you are. Most times we don't really, because we don't remind ourselves, we tend to really, really forget. The human beings will have very low attention span. So sometimes we even forget the great things that we have done for ourselves, how we were able to overcome some challenges against all possible odds, how you are able to scale through and you achieve things that are remarkable, things that you even came out, you're wondering, how was I able to do this? How was I able to scale through? How did this happen? We forget very easily, and because we forget very easily, we rob ourselves of that energy to really focus on the bigger challenge, the challenge ahead of us, and really crack it down head on. And so you need to constantly remind yourself that you are actually better than you think you are. I mean, whatever you think you are right now, whatever level you think you're doing right now, I want to assure you that if you really, really reason with me, if you really look at it critically well, you find out that you are better than the result that you have. You are way, way, way more than what you have. I won't forget the Bible will always talk about, as a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So it simply means, if you look at how you are right now, is that really your capacity? The result you're producing right now, is that really, really, really who you are? And if you want to be honest to yourself, you agree with me that you are way more than the result you are producing. You are way more than who you are right now. You are bigger and better than whoever people see you to be, even who you see yourself to be. Because sometimes we get to see ourselves with respect to our environment. You look at the things that are prevailing, you look at the challenges, you look at the situations, you look at your physical abilities, and you rate yourself based on that, right? You rate yourself based on what is happening in the environment. Inflation is coming, you're not making money, or you're making very little, or you're still struggling to make ends meet, and you really start falling back to give yourself some reasons, some excuses, why you are not achieving that. And I also want to ask you another question. Is that really who you are? The level where you are right now, is that really who you are? And you'll agree with me that you are way, way better than who you are. Now the third point to developing a very strong self-belief is that you need to believe big. You need to believe that all things are possible. You need to believe that things are possible. I watched the movie, The Men Who Built America, and I will never forget when they were about building the bridge across the two cities. I've forgotten the name of the cities, and he came to the place, and the architect was telling him that, you see, it is very difficult to build the bridge across the ocean, the river where they wanted to cross the bridge. And the man looked at the place and imagined what his mentor, Mr. Scott, had actually told him, how he was able to paint a picture of how that is possible. And I remember Andrew Carnegie looking at like this, and he said, nothing is impossible. You see, I will never forget what he said. You see, when I heard him say nothing is impossible, there was this surge of energy even inside me that was watching the movie to say, indeed, nothing is impossible. So you really need to start believing big. You need to start believing that nothing is impossible. Whatever you think about right now is really possible. You can really achieve it. And I always tell people, whatever thing you are still desiring, you're thinking about achieving, you want to ask yourself, are there people that have actually risen to achieve that? Yes. Are there people who have been in worse situation than you who have achieved massive success? Yes. Are there people who have there was no way they could have ever been successful in life, but they have risen against all to achieve success? You want to ask yourself that question. Yes, there are multiple, there are millions of people who had no reason being successful, but they had to question the status quo, they rose above their odds, and they were able to achieve success. You want to ask yourself these questions, and it will really help you, because it all starts with believing yourself. Once you start believing yourself, every other thing will start falling into place. I said number one is that you really want to start thinking success. Everything about your life has to be about success. When you have options of what to think about the positive side more than you think about the negative side, and it's something you have to intentionally do. Second point is that you have to constantly remind yourself that you are better than what you think you are. You're better than who you think you are. Your actual results, what you have right now, is below what you can do. And so you want to ask yourself, what are the things I need to do to become the real person I was created to be? And lastly, you want to start believing big. It really starts about believing, because whatever thing you don't believe, you really cannot work towards. You can't generate the energy to make them to become reality. Hey guys, I want to believe that you got some value from this content. And so if you got some value from this content, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button and click on the like button, so that other people can get notification, can get to know about the video and also learn as much as you are also learning. And I always want to check out by saying, if you have anything you would like me to talk about, from personal development, entrepreneurship, global opportunities, from travel, fun, whatever it is, just let me know, and I will be very excited to make that happen for you. And don't forget, you have to keep being the best of yourself. See you again. Bye bye.